Here are 30 things you never knew about Resident Evil 3 Remake. Number 1. In the area where Jill encounters the first zombies, there's a subtle detail that reveals just how rushed the game's development was. If players move the camera past the fence, it becomes clear that every zombie in the area uses the exact same character model. It's a small detail most players will never notice, but it highlights the tight deadlines Capcom was working under when Resident Evil 3 Remake was being finalized. Number 2. In the shower room, Carlos can find a note warning him that a dead body is hidden inside one of the lockers and that it shouldn't be opened. This tiny detail directly connects with RE2 Remake, where Leon and Claire receive no such warning and are instead subjected to a sudden jump scare. Number 3. One of the street signs in the city reads Lone Wolf. It's actually a subtle reference to the game Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. This is the nickname for the USS helicopter pilot Nighthawk, serving as a small nod to a lesser known entry in the series. Number 4. In the STAR's office, if Carlos shoots the center of the target, he'll briefly brag about his marksmanship.
Oh yeah, the kid still got it.
Let that be a lesson to all dartboards.
Number 5. When Jill becomes infected by the parasite enemy, the game recommends using a green herb to remove it. If players choose not to, the parasite will be removed automatically once Jill leaves the area, allowing you to save the herb for later disasters. Number 6. One page of unlockable concept art in the game depicts Nemesis wielding a Gatling gun. This suggests that at some point during development, Capcom considered giving Nemesis a much heavier and diverse weapon loadout. The idea was ultimately cut before release, but the artwork remains as a glimpse into how different Nemesis could have been. Number 7. Outside the subway station, there's a small Easter egg hidden in one of the nearby alleys. A piece of graffiti references a pair of iconic weapons from Resident Evil Code Veronica, even written in a similar color to the famous Lugers. It's an easy detail to miss, but a clear nod to one of the series' most beloved entries. Number 8. Zombies behave very differently at the start of RE3 Remake compared to the opening of RE2 Remake. In RE3, they're noticeably more agile, capable of running, climbing fences, and overwhelming Jill with speed. But by the time Leon and Claire arrive in RE2, many of the infected appear sluggish or dormant, often found lying on the ground. This shift is explained through the deterioration of the T-virus over time, which weakens motor function as the outbreak progresses. Number 9. This game introduces a version of the zapping system, because as Carlos explores the hospital, nearly every item he can collect can also be deliberately left behind for Jill to find later. This makes for good replay value, as different choices can significantly change how Jill's later sections play out. Number 10. In the subway area, players can spot an open weapon case sitting among the UBCS equipment. This case originally held the rocket launcher Carlos uses against Nemesis, and it's the same style of case seen in RE2 Remake that contained Leon's rocket launcher. Number 11. While exploring the RPD, Carlos is tasked with locating the safety deposit room key, and the design of this key is actually a direct replica of the STARS key from the 1999 Resident Evil 3, complete with the same distinctive shape and detailing. Number 12. One of the city's billboards can be found featuring the name Dino, which is a clear reference to Capcom's Dino Crisis, making it a nod to another survival horror series that shares a similar fanbase with Resident Evil. Number 13. At the very beginning of the game, a STARS vehicle can be found near the area where Jill first reunites with Brad. Its placement suggests that Brad may have used the vehicle to reach her location after their phone call. It's definitely an easy detail to overlook, but one that helps the opening sequence feel more connected and intentional. Number 14. After the first encounter with Mikhail, if players remain in the area for a short time, Carlos can be seen tending to Mikhail's injuries.
Shit, Captain. They really took a chunk out of you.
Nothing that I will miss.
Number 15. One of the shop displays features a photograph of a restaurant called Elephant, and this is actually a direct reference to the restaurant of the same name seen in Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, making it a subtle piece of environmental storytelling that helps tie the remake more closely to Raccoon City's wider canon beyond the mainline entries. Number 16. After Jill's initial escape from Nemesis, players can later discover the capsule he was originally contained in. When Jill approaches it, she even reacts, acknowledging what she's seeing.
This logo. I should have remembered. Something was in here.
Number 17. Inside one of the shops, players can spot an advertisement for Zapata beer, the same brand previously seen on a billboard in Resident Evil Outbreak. Number 18. Julia Voth, the model for Jill in the previous RE games, nearly returned to reprise her role in the remake. However, due to scheduling conflicts, she was ultimately unable to participate in the project, and as a result, Capcom chose to recast the role, making a notable shift from the face and performance that many fans strongly associated with Jill since the 2002 remake. Number 19. RE3 Remake notably launched without a Mercenaries mode, a staple feature in the OG game. The mode was cut in favor of promoting Resident Evil Resistance, Capcom's asymmetrical multiplayer experience that released alongside the remake. However, Resistance failed to gain long-term traction, making the absence of Mercenaries one of the most criticized and enduring disappointments surrounding the remake's release. Number 20. This game was originally planned to include 21 live selection choices. These decision-based moments, similar to those found in the 1999 original, would have allowed players to influence certain encounters and outcomes in real time. The mechanic was ultimately removed during development, contributing to a more linear experience compared to the original game. Number 21. Barry Burton was originally considered for inclusion in the RE3 remake, but was ultimately removed during development. According to the team, the decision was made to strengthen the focus on teamwork between Jill and Carlos, ensuring their partnership remained central to the narrative. As a result, Barry's role was cut entirely, leaving his involvement absent from the remake despite his appearance in the original. Number 22. The Hunter's cinematic introduction in the hospital closely mirrors their first appearance in the original Resident Evil. The framing, pacing, and sudden reveal are deliberate callbacks to their iconic debut in the 1996 game, reintroducing the creatures with the same sense of tension and shock while updating the presentation for modern hardware. Number 23. When Carlos heads to the dark room in the RPD, once he finds a camera on the table, he states that if cameras killed those things, he'd be set. This is a reference to the Fatal Frame series, which uses a camera as its main gameplay mechanic. Number 24. Inside the toy store, a statue can be found that directly references Mega Man, specifically the infamous American NES box art, making it a playful visual callback to one of Capcom's most recognizable franchises. Number 25. The 1970s American muscle car Jill uses against Nemesis bears a striking resemblance to the vehicle Ethan drives to the baker's house in Resident Evil 7. While it's more likely an intentional visual illusion rather than the same car, the two models appear nearly identical. Number 26. A radio call heard coming from a nearby patrol car directly references the opening of Resident Evil Outbreak File 1.
RPD dispatch, this is 153. I'm trapped in North Garden with 3 civilians. West side, cafeteria, back of the kitchen. One of us is injured and immobilized. Please advise.
The transmission mirrors the same distress call heard at the start of the game, subtly confirming that those events are unfolding simultaneously elsewhere in Raccoon City. Number 27. This game shows the fate of 2 police officers who were later found deceased by Leon in RE2 Remake, as while Carlos explores the RPD, players can witness the moment they're eliminated by a licker, providing context for bodies that only appear as environmental storytelling in the sequel. Number 28. The main menu of the game actually hides an incredible detail involving Nemesis. If players examine the background closely, it's actually Nemesis standing directly outside Jill's apartment near the theater. What's more unsettling is that this scene appears to show the tyrant awakening from its containment pod, moments before beginning its 3-day hunt for stars. Number 29. One of the street signs in the city reads Eagle's Pet Shop, which is a direct reference to Eagle from the Street Fighter series. Number 30. In the demo version of RE3 Remake, players can find promotional posters advertising the game itself around the subway area, which were later removed in the final game. Click this video here to uncover some secrets you never knew about Resident Evil 4 Remake. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.